fewer than Cy Young. All right, everyone getting together after that beanball incident on Friday night and the almost beanball on Kevin Youkilis. No batters hit on Saturday, but still physical play. Boom, Mike Lowell. On Robinson Cano, the Yankees still turn a double play. 6 double plays turned in this game, 3 for each team. Meanwhile, Kevin Youkilis, his hit streak is over. In fact, he's the only Red Sox player who did not get a hit on Saturday. That would be irony. 23-gamer in a row ends. Red Sox lead 3-1 after 5. Top of 6. How about Jorge Posada, the MVP of this team this year? He's never hit 300 in his career, hitting 362 this year. Yankees on top. Here come the Red Sox. Bottom 6, down 5-3, make it 5-4. Mike Lowell leads the Red Sox in RBIs, and he has as many as Alex Rodriguez, 45. Next batter, you go back, Jack, do it again. Mussina's done. His ERA
Really Dan, right?
His ERA this year is 6.25 for Mike Mussina. Top of 7, Derek Jeter, 4th of the year. Jeter on pace for only 66 strikeouts this year, by far the fewest of his career. He is making contact. Yankees retake the 6-5 lead. Bottom 7, David Ortiz. Oh, put a tenner on that circus, Abreu. He won a Gold Glove in 05, but he's not the same defensive player he once was. 21st double this year for Ortiz.
Wale.
Bottom 7, bases loaded for Mike Lowell. Double play? No. Bam! 1 run will score, 2 run will score because Minkiewicz is down and out. He would suffer a mild concussion, a cervical sprain, neck sprain, also a fractured bone in his right wrist. That wrist was already wrapped, so maybe that thing was already fractured. He's on the 15-day DL. And the Red Sox have a 7-6 lead. 2 batters later, Willie Mo Pena right at Jeter. Second error of the inning, 11th this year. Only had 15 last year when he won his 3rd straight Gold Glove. And then Coco Crisp, pretty good pitch from Proctor. It falls in. The Red Sox get a 5-run 7th. First career win for Hideki.
We told you about the Yankees. Cubs having some issues as well. This was Friday after a pass ball and a bad throw by Michael Barrett. Carlos Zambrano decided to take things into his own hands, and those things included Barrett. After their dugout dance, they also fought again in the clubhouse. Saturday, Zambrano said, "My bad."
It's all my fault. It's all my fault, is all I can say, and you know, I feel bad for that. He's a man, I'm a man, and you know, that's not the way that I'm supposed to talk to a man. And if I didn't talk to him like that, he didn't charge me. You know, we both didn't go into a fight.
I love all of my teammates, and I love Carlos Zambrano. I love him. You know, we had our differences yesterday. Today we don't have our differences. What happened yesterday has nothing to do with beating the Braves today.
Barrett with a black eye and 6 stitches in his lip. And just when you thought the wackiness at Wrigley was over, Cubs took the field Saturday against the Braves. Zambrano and Barrett. Barrett out of the lineup on Saturday. 5th inning, Cubs down 3-0. Alfonso Soriano off Chuck James, 420 feet. Cubs down 3-1 on Soriano's 5th of the season. Bottom 8 now. Cubs trailing 4-3. Angel Pagan, that's going to be trouble. Into the corner. That's off Rafael Soriano, but Pagan stops at 2nd. All right, the next batter is Jock Jones. Soriano's pitch not where he intended. Pagan raises the 3rd, but Jared Saltalamacchia throws him out. Or did he? Lou Piniella thinks the play wasn't in time. Here he comes to argue with 3rd base umpire Mark Wegner. And off goes the hat, and out goes Piniella. And so then, I think they teach managers this in manager school, like, kick dirt on him. You know what I mean? When after you get thrown out, some more dirt and then the hat. First ejection of the season for Piniella. A lot of pent-up frustration there for Lou. Bruce Fleming wasn't able to calm him down. Take a look at the play. Looks like Pagan slides right into Escobar's glove. Looks like Wegner made the right call, but try telling Lou Piniella that. He got a standing ovation from the fans, and you know that's why it doesn't matter to Cubs fans whether the team wins or not. They just appreciate a good show. Top 9, Braves still up 4-3. Andrew Jones off Michael Wirtz. Jones 9th of the season. Cubs have dropped 6 in a row. For even more entertainment value, here's Lou after the game.
Umpire was correct. Guy was out. I was going to argue whether he was out, safe, or whatever. It didn't make a damn bit of difference.
Why?
Why? Because he looked safe from the dugout, number 1. But after I saw the play, Umpire got it right. You all were asking me yesterday why I hadn't been kicked out of a ball game. Now you can see that I got kicked out of one, okay?
Did you make contact? I mean, it looked...
No. The dirt, we kicked some dirt, that's it.
Are you afraid that they may give you a day or two?
I'm not afraid of anything, to be honest with you. I kicked some dirt on the guy, and that was it.
What's the message when you're kicking dirt on the guy?
What's the message? I don't know. What is it? What do you want it to be? You write whatever you'd like, and you create your own message.
Because they got some guys hurt. Bottom four, Mets down 1-0. Carlos Delgado's feeling fine. Likes that pitch from Livan Hernandez. Been on a power trip lately. That's his 8th of the season, and he ties the game at 1 with a solo shot. Later in the inning, David Newhan up with runners on the corners. Newhan in for Moises Alou, and that'll get through. Ramon Castro scores. He was in for Paul LaDuca, and the Mets up 2-1. Bottom 6, Jose Reyes up. 2 outs and a man on. Carlos Quentin gets spun around, but manages to recover. Then later, Ruben Gotay, another bench player in the lineup for the Mets. This off Juan Cruz, 3-run shot. Mets lead 6-1 on Gotay's second home run of the year, and they go on to win it 7-1. Cleveland's lead in the AL Central up to 4.5 games on the Tigers. They hope to stretch it some more at home on Saturday. Bottom 4, game tied at 4. Travis Hapner facing Chad Durbin. Takes an off-speed pitch, looks like it just misses, and Durbin gets him. Hafner goes down swinging, and Jim Leland's coming out to argue, and Tony Randazzo throws him out, and Leland's pulling a Rashid. We put him on the clock. He gets his money's worth with Randazzo, and then he's been on the field 2 minutes, 28 seconds. He needs a new person to argue with, so he argues with Charlie Relaford, and then he's going after Greg Gibson, the second base ump. Everybody getting some from Leland. Finally heads into the dugout after more than 4 minutes.
Psych.
But then he's not done yet. Comes out, finds out that Justin Verlander was ejected from the game without being in the game. And then Leland finally goes off the field 5 minutes and 51 seconds after he was ejected. That's failure to leave in a timely manner. Top 5, game is still tied at 4. Pudge up with a runner on second. This is one of his 4 hits. 4 hits for Rodriguez, 4 for Magler Ordonez, and the Tigers going to win it 9-5 for the Pistons.
Like what happened Friday in Tennessee. Philip Wellman. Okay, he manages the Class AA Mississippi Braves. That ball was that far inside or outside. So he does the Billy Martin move. Looks like he's preparing a pound cake there. Then he's going to go to the bases. So that's how big the plate is for them. And now he's going to the bases. He's already a lock for the Jim Carrey Overacting Award at this point.
Right.
Throws the bases. And then he sneaks up on the rosin bag. And he's going to kind of, that's a grenade towards the umpire. Okay.
No, that's cuckoo.
And then we're taking 2 bases. And at this point, former Pirate manager Lloyd McClellan saying, oh, no, you didn't take 2 bases. And there he goes. His mom, by the way, said she was proud of him. She called him up.
Twins in Oakland to visit the A's. Minnesota's 5-game win streak, their longest of the season. Carlos Silva gets Shannon Stewart. Silva with 5 shutout innings, but he had a pitcher to challenge him. Joe Blanton only had 1 strikeout through 6, but then he got his groove on. Gets Torrey Hunter, and then he gets Mike Redmond. 3 Ks in the 7th for Blanton, and then top 9, he gets Jeff Cirillo. Next batter is Michael Kadire, and he put the bat on the ball, but that'll end the game. Blanton earns his 2nd career shutout on 3 hits and 6 Ks. A's win it 1-0. All right, now check this out. This is a qualifying match for the European Soccer Championship between Sweden and Denmark. 89th minute, game tied at 3. Denmark fought back from a 3-0 deficit. Now check out that. Danish defender Christian Poulsen punches Marcus Rosenberg in the stomach.
They did.
When's the last time you punched somebody in the stomach, John?
I've never punched a Swede in the stomach. I know that.
Now, a Danish fan is upset with the call after they awarded a penalty kick, and so the fan comes running out trying to punch the official. But he was intercepted by Danish players. I mean, I think there were some pints involved there.
Pints of motor oil?
No. Fondale and his linesman walk off the field. Game is halted at 3. The UEFA officials said they'll investigate and make a final decision. Let's get it popping at number 10. From the Memorial, 3rd round, Vijay Singh.
Look at her right eye.
Sandy. Oh, Sandy. From the bunker for birdie, but VJ 11 shots off the lead.
Number 9, Diamondbacks and Mets, and Jose Reyes. That is a rope. And Carlos Quentin, tough little play there, turning around, but he would make it, and it almost pulled a Bo Jackson with when he ran up the wall in Baltimore.
Number 8, Royals and Devil Rays. Akinori Iwamura with the blooper. David DeJesus getting dirty. Actually, it's turf, so maybe he didn't get dirty.
Switzerland, Argentina. It's a friendly. Barcelona forward. Lionel Messi with the cross pass to West Ham's Carlos Tevez. Beautiful header. 1-1 draw. That is nice. And that is number 7.
Number 6, Braves and Cubs. Oh, boy. Comebacker from Matt Diaz to Rich Hill. Protect your neck like the Wu-Tang Clan. And Cubs go down 5-3.
I was thinking the same thing. Number 5, LPGA, getting tribute. And she might be the best woman player in the world right now, Lorena Ochoa. Yeah, put me down for a 2. 3 strokes lead after 3 rounds.
At number 4, Rafael Nadal and Albert Montanez. Nadal.
That's just great.
I mean, he can do anything on clay. And he wins 6-1, 6-3, 6-2. Clam diggers in the house.
Number 3, Yankees, Red Sox, and Mike Lowell in the spirit of Cam Neely. Great play by Cano with a bounce pass. He gets knocked down and falling down, throws it to first to complete the double play. Red Sox go on to win 11-6.
At number 2, Orioles and Angels. Eric Ibar, that's well hit. Nick Markakis is Wall. Ain't afraid of no Wall. And he makes the grab and takes that from a fan. Looks like a fan with a ponytail.
Number 1, Ohio State. Lemoyne, college baseball. Look at the play by Mike Brown. Oh, the Dolphin with a great catch. Head snapped back on the earth, robbing Tony Kennedy. However, Ohio State wins 6-5 in the elimination game.
Home runs this season. Your girlfriend has shiny buttons. Phillies take an 8-7 lead. It's a 3-run job, conked way out there. And you see afterward, Benji Molina wanted the ball up and away, but Jack Tashner says no. I'll throw some meat right down the middle of the plate, and he'll do that with it. Molina was upset because he was just sad that a good baseball had been lost. Now we will go to the 8th inning. Barry Bonds, many homers in his career in the body armor. Bonds comes in to pinch hit. Ryan Madsen makes him do that. Hunks it up the middle. Not much. Inning over with that. To the top of the 9th. Giants still down 8-7. Runners at first and second. Kevin Franzen honks that thing to left. Fred Lewis is very fast. Look at him go. Short left, but he's going to beat the throw. Tie the game at 8. And now it's time for Shane Victorino against Kevin Correa. Shine a spotlight on me.
Swung on, lifted high in the air to left. Sweeney is back. It's got a chance, and it is gone. And Victorino has done it. He pumps his fist as he rounds second base on Shane Victorino Day here at Citizens Bank Park.
Victorino hula figurines were given out before the game. Straw golf hats on June 17th. Well, we got Orioles and the Angels here. Jeremy Guthrie, a 1.79 ERA and 6 starts this season. We're in the 5th. Angels down 2-1, 1 on Shea Hillenbrand. Fly ball to center. Now watch Miguel Tejada. He's going to make Eric Abar think he has the ball when he didn't. It had actually gone to the outfield. Jay Payton made the catch. Abar heading down there with a full head of steam. And then Tejada says to Payton, throw him, get him out. Brett Favre level faking there. Bottom of 7th, 3-1 Baltimore, 2 out. Guthrie puts away Garrett Anderson just back from the DL. Bottom of the 9th, 3-2 Baltimore, 1 on. Chris Ray throwing for the O's to Vladimir Guerrero. Home run. 2-run walk-off home run to left. 12th of the season. The Angels win it by a count of 4-3.
Royals Devil Rays. Bottom 4, Devil Rays are up 1-0. Ty Wigington facing Scott Ellerton. Wigington looks like he might win this, but David DeJesus is back there at the wall, and he jumps, and he's got it. Perhaps looked a little unsure of himself, but it's in the glove. It's a great catch. We like that. Next batter, Delman Young. Catch this. No, I don't believe you're going to be able to. His 7th. Carlos Pena hit his 11th. Devil Rays up 2-0. J.P. Howell making his season debut for Tampa. He was traded by the Royals to the D-Rays last June. He goes 1 run, 8 innings, and a nice stop there. Howell. And the Devil Rays win it 5-1.
This one in Boston, game 3 of the series. Josh Beckett trying to be 9-0 this season, top of 5. 2 out, loaded up for Alex Rodriguez. Honks it over to third. Mike Lowell, no glove, bare hand, throws over to first, bad hop, and 2 runs are coming to score. The Yankees go out front 3-0. Now it's 4-0. Dustin Pedroia, deep center off Andy Pettit. Hits a large green wall, and everyone's coming. All 3 runners come to score. Sox within 1. It is a 4-3 game. The next batter, David Ortiz. Launches that to right. Kind of a tweener. Bobby Abreu didn't know what to do with it, so he missed it. Wants to be judged on his whole career. Ortiz to third on the air. It's a 5-4 lead Boston. He's having his groin examined. The 5-4 lead came after a sac fly. Now we're in the 6th. Pedroia rips this. Julio Lugo was on first. Chula off the wall. He's going all the way around. Jeter the throw. Posada blocks the plate, and he makes the out. Perfect play by the catcher. Take another look. There was nowhere for Lugo to go. Terry Francona coming. Wants to be thrown out like every other manager, but they won't do it. Yanks hold Boston's lead to 1. Robinson Cano hammers one deep. Conks off the wall. Hideki Matsui motors around. He scores, ties it at 5. Now bottom of 8th, tied at 5. Dustin Pedroia. This time Abreu's all over. A nice running catch. The game remains tied at 5. Top of 9, 5-5. Alex Rodriguez. Are you not entertained? His 20th homer of the season. A-Rod taking criticism left and right lately. Smothers the camera. Has a 6-5 lead. Now bottom of the 9th. Rivera to David Ortiz going to the right field. Abreu after the air makes another nice catch. Ortiz angry with himself, thought he had something. Kevin Youkilis got hit by a pitch. Mike Lowell's at the plate, but he's going away by Rivera. The Yanks win it 6-5, take the series. You talked for a long time there. I have White Sox and Blue Jays. Sean Markham on the mound for the Blue Jays. Jim Tomei's the batter here. Have a bunch of statistics related to home runs. 479 of them in his career. Chicago's up 3-0. Now bottom of 3rd. Same score. John Danks on the mound for the White Sox facing Lyle Overbay. Starts to swing and went right off his hand. Hit by the pitch as he began to swing. It's not feeling good. Overbay's granted first base as the rules would suggest. He had not swung the bat. He had just started to do so. White Sox manager Ozzie Guillen comes out to dispute all this, gets into it with third base umpire Chuck Merriweather. My watch costs more than your car. And then the home plate umpire, Alfonso Marquez, has words, and he's going to run the manager. He doesn't want to listen. It's over. He's gone. Alfonso Marquez ejects Guillen, his first ejection of the season. Overbay was injured. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Adam Lind, the base-clearing double in the 6th. Blue Jays go up front by a count of 4-3. Now we're in the top of the 7th. We'll be there shortly. We're there now. Jerry Owens at the plate, swinging, thinks it's a foul tip. Phillips quickly grabs it. It's in fair territory, and it's a 2-6-3 double play. Blue Jays win. Let's hear from the losing manager who got tossed.
Tigers, Indians. Detroit finally picked up a win over Cleveland Saturday. They lost 5 in a row to the Tribe. First 2 in this series. Gary Sheffield again. Suspension on appeal. Ball not coming back. Sheffield's 13th of the year. Tigers up 2-0. Jeremy Sowers touched for that one. On the other side, Victor Martinez, 3 homers, 7 ribs in the first 3 games of the series. He's warm. Home half of the first, man on. Jeremy Bonderman leaves it up in the zone. Victor Martinez says, get out. Johnny Peralta will score ahead of him. Martinez's 12th homer of the year. 6 of those have come against the Tigers. We're tied at 2. We go to the 4th one on. Tigers up 3-2. Sowers facing Craig Monroe. Down the left field line. That'll rattle around long enough for Pudge Rodriguez, former driller, to score. Tigers up 4-2. Then Bonderman just sort of takes over. Johnny Peralta, or Jahani, no. Travis Hafner. Bonderman, 6 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned, 6 Ks. Tigers win 9-2. Bonderman now 5.
And the Mets here, Doug Davis and the Diamondbacks trying to win 9 out of the last 10 games. Carlos Delgado in the first, Jose Reyes on third, Atlas Schroed. Ends the inning. Top of 5, Diamondbacks up 1-0. Alberto Calaspo to Reyes. Little glove flip. We like it. 6-4-3. Numbers at the fronton were 2-8. David Wright down 4-1 goes to third. Mark Reynolds, the diving stop. Bit wide over there, though. It's an infield single. Reyes advances to third on the throw. Delgado comes to the plate as the tying run. And Chopin brought to line. Delgado 0 for 4, struck out 3 times. 2 batters later, Damian Easley up, bases loaded, 2 out. And Tony Pena gets Easley to ground at third. Mets lose this one. Another way to look at it is the Diamondbacks won this one, since we were hyping up the West, huh? How about Dodgers and the Pirates? Brad Penny, 7-1 this season. Has some trouble here. Bottom of 4. Pirates up 2-0. Runner at third. Tom Gorzolani grounds to first. Garcia Parra throwing home. Xavier Nady safe. Umpire Bill Welke. Russell Martin and Grady Little argue. Little, they're all getting tossed these days, John.
They are.
They are
Better
indeed.
behavior, I demand it.
3-0 Pirates. Solomon Torres on a relief. Andre Ethier goes to right center over some fencing that had been set up before the game. Is 5th. Dodgers take a 5-4 lead. Bottom of 9, Takashi Saito trying to close it out. Throws this to Jose Bautista, but injures himself on the pitch. Left the game with a tight hamstring. Saito had converted 26 straight save opportunities. Joe Beimel replaces him. Jose Castillo pinch hitting, and that was easy. Dodgers hold on to win it by a count of 5-4.
Takes us to the Padres Nationals, or Pods Nats if you're chummy with the teams. Wasn't pleasant there in D.C. Ryan Zimmerman in the third. The Nationals down 3-1. He gets Bob Carpenter all excited. 8th of the year. Look at that. Way up there. We're tied at 3. It's impressive. But Frank Howard, he used to just hit his pop-ups out there all the time. Top 5, 2 runners on. Padres are up 4-3. It's a good thing that last run went far because they weren't going to score anymore. Padres did. Adrian Gonzalez, liner. Marcus Joust, Mel Sledge, they'll both score. Ball comes in. Again, it's slimy. Can't hold on to that. Jason Simon-Tachi gave up 3 runs in the 5th. The Padres go on to win at 7-3, so that's another win for the National League West there.